Hi, my name is Jocelyn Neal, and this is our 5th session in our Melodic Dictation workshops. Welcome. If you haven't done sessions 1 through 4, I recommend you jump over and do those first, then come back and join this one. Now today is all about minor. We are going to be working in a minor key, and we're going to be warming up in melodic minor today. So let's get started. Here's our key. That's Do, solfege, a melodic minor scale, and double Do on top. 3, 4. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. Let's sing our intervals. 3, 4. Major, second, minor, third, perfect, fourth, perfect, fifth, major, sixth, major, seventh, perfect, octave, major, second, major, third, perfect, fourth, perfect, fifth, major, sixth, minor, seventh, perfect, octave, major, second, major, third, perfect, fourth, perfect, fifth, major, second, major, third, perfect, fourth. And now we're going to sing our thirds. Here's tonic. 3, 4. Do, mi, re, fa, mi, so, fa, le, so, te, la, do, ti, re, do, do, le, te, so, le, fa, so, me, fa, re, me, do, re, ti, do. Let's switch keys and do our minor arpeggiation pattern. Here's our new key. Here's tonic. 3, 4. Do, me, do, so, le, fa, re, ti, do, te, le, do, fa, do, le, do, re, do, ti, re, ti, so, la, ti, do. And let's tonicize in minor as well. Here's tonic. 3, 4. Do, mi, so, fa, mi, le, so, ti, do, re, do, ti, do, so, mi, do. Now let's work on our opening and closing melodic patterns. We're going to be in that same key, and I'm going to sing 3 notes on a neutral syllable of an opening pattern and 3 notes of a closing pattern. I would like you to echo those back on solfege, and then we'll sing them together to confirm. Here's our key. That's Do. Here comes our first pattern. Do, 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 do. Together. Do, re, mi, re, ti, do. Do, 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 do. Together. Do, re, ti, do, re, do. Do, 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 do. Do, mi, so, fa, re, do, 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 do. Do, mi, fa, so, ti, do, 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 do. Do, te, le, so, re, do. So as as we're spending this day in a minor key, one of the things you might do is go find some recordings of pieces that are in the minor mode and just listen to them and get that in your ears. If you're looking for pop tunes, however, something to think about is that most contemporary pop artists, when they're working in a minor key, they're actually working in a dual space that's the relative major and the relative minor key kind of fused together, working back and forth between those two. And those are just concepts that are a little bit beyond the scope of your AP Music Theory class. So come back to that later. But if you want to do a little minor key ear training with something that's in the pop realm, go grab Dua Lipa's recording of Break My Heart. It's in E minor, and you can practice your melodic dictation. You can transcribe her melodies all through that tune, just for some fun listening. Now, the next warm-up exercise that we're going to do is scale degree transcription. I am going to sing and play for you 5-note melodies, and I'd like you to write those down using scale degrees. So just literally, if you hear do, re, mi, re, do, you would write down 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So get some staff paper, get your pencil, and get that set up with 10 blanks. Here's our key. You will hear each 5-note melody one time, and I want you to write that down in real time or as quickly as possible after you hear it. They will all start on tonic, but they may not end on tonic. Here's our first one. Here's tonic. Do. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Number 2. Do, 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 do. Number 3. Do, 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 do. Number 4. Do, 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 do. Number 5. Do, 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 do. Number 6. Do, 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 do. Number 7. Do, 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 do. Number 8. Do, 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 do. Number 9. Do, 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 do. Number 10. Do, 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 do. Now take a look at the answers. You'll notice that I have marked on these scale degree transcriptions where we are hearing a lowered scale degree 3 or 6 or 7, and where we are hearing those raised scale degree 6 and 7 pitches. Now let's get ready for our melodic dictation. Grab some staff paper and a pencil. Today we are going to be working in bass clef. We have a key signature of 1 sharp. We have a time signature of 4/4, and we have 4 measures of music. So go ahead and set your staff paper up accordingly. The first note is going to be the note head for E3. And again, that doesn't have a stem on it. The first task that you have in your melodic dictation exercise is to put the appropriate stem on that note for its rhythmic value. Now let's do a couple of additional things before we do our first hearing. Take a look at that first note. Take a look at that key signature of 1 sharp, and I want you to write on your paper what key we are in. We are going to be in the key of E minor today. You're going to hear a 4-bar melody played on a cello in E minor. We always want to write the key on our staff paper so that we have a visual reminder for ourselves. There's one more thing we have to do. Anytime we are working in a minor key, I want you to also write on your paper, watch 6 and 7. Because we know that in our melodic dictation, we're paying a special attention to scale degrees 6 and 7. We're going to hear those raised in ascending contexts. We're going to hear those lowered in descending contexts, and we will need to notate the appropriate accidentals accordingly. And finally, before our first hearing, we're going to make our best guess as to what the last note of this melody is going to be. Look over in that fourth bar, halfway through that fourth bar. Based on previous exams, we can guess that it is likely going to be pitch E3 as a half note. Now, we don't know what octave that's going to be in. It is possible it's going to be in a lower octave. It's possible it's going to be in a higher octave. We don't know yet. We can confirm that on our first hearing, but we want some kind of a visual target of the most likely last note on our staff paper. Now we're ready for our first hearing. Okay, on that first hearing, we heard the opening melodic segment in even quarter notes, ascending the tonic arpeggio do, me, so. We confirmed that our last note was pitch E3 as a half note in the middle of measure 4, and the final three notes were a descending scale, me, re, do, and me and re were in eighth notes. The opening, do, me, so, and the ending, me, re, do. Now we're ready for our second hearing. Remember to listen for your anchor pitches, do, so, do. Listen for contour, listen for scalar fragments and arpeggios, and connect the dots. Here's your second hearing. Okay, on that second hearing, we opened with our tonic arpeggiation up do, me, so, and it ended with that me, re, do pattern. I'm going to put a couple of anchor pitches in to help us. The downbeat of measure 2 was scale degree 5. The end of measure 2 was scale degree 5. And the high point in measure 3 was scale degree 1. The last note in measure 3 was scale degree 5. Let's do our third hearing. Okay, let's break this down one section at a time. Here was our opening pattern. Do, mi, sol, la, sol. We heard the arpeggiation of 1, 3, 5. And then I heard upper neighbor motion with a lowered scale degree 6, coming right back down to 5. Sing that with me. Here's tonic. 3, 4. Do, mi, sol, la, sol. In the middle of measure 2, we heard a descending scale coming down from so, fa, mi, re. 5, 4, 3, 2, sol, fa, mi, re. And then I heard a jump from re up to so. Let's sing it from the beginning through measures 1 and 2. Here's tonic. 3 and 4. Do, mi, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, sol. At the beginning of measure 3, I heard an ascending scale followed by a descending scale. The ascending scale moved through a raised scale degree 6 and a raised scale degree 7. Raised 6, raised 7, going up. And then my descending scale came back down through a lowered scale degree 7 and a lowered scale degree 6 down to 5. I'm going to begin at the end of measure 3 on that scale degree 5, and we're going to listen to this. Again, I'm beginning at the end of measure 2 on scale degree 5. Listen again. Now, moving into measure 4, I heard a leap down from scale degree 5, and then I heard a very particular pattern. Mi, fa, mi, re, do. 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. From scale degree 3, mi, I heard upper neighbor motion, fa, mi, and then a scale, re, do. Let's look at some of the features of this melody. I have an opening arpeggiation. I have my upper neighbor motion of 5, 6, 5. I have a descending scale. I have an ascending scale and a descending scale. I have a leap from scale degree 5 down to 3, and then I have this upper neighbor pattern of 3, 4, 3 and a scalar close of 3, 2, 1. Listen to the melody one more time while you can see it. I want you to pay very close attention to the notation we used in measure 3. We used our sharps going up in the scale, which means that we then had to apply natural signs coming back down. Many, many times students forget to put their natural signs back in when scale degree 6 and 7 have been raised and they now have to lower them. So please pay attention to that. Let's sing it together one final time. Here's tonic. 3, 4. Do, mi, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, mi, fa, mi, re, do. Thanks for watching.